Welcome to Unbreakable Latina. Hi guys, welcome back to Unbreakable Latina. This is your host Melina. I hope you're having an amazing Monday if you're listening to this on Monday. Last week's episode was a little late and I apologize for that. It was also short and I got a lot of messages saying, "Hey, how dare you have short episodes?" And then I was like, "¿Saben qué, amigas? Estaba cansada, okay?" So although this week was a short work week, I work 3.5 days because I took half a Friday off because I'm allergic to working Fridays. It was a very long week. It was busy, but you know what? I am so proud of myself because I know I said this last week, but I'll say it again. I've remained consistent with the gym and I'm feeling so energized and really, really positive about La Vida Loca. I noticed that in my work pants, they don't fit as tight anymore, like all my slacks. The other day I wore this suit that I haven't worn in a long time porque last time I wore it, I felt like the button was gonna pop off or like if I bent down, it was gonna rip. And I was like, is my ass getting fat or am I getting fat? I'm just kidding. But honestly, like they fit so tight, they were uncomfortable. And the other day I put it on y me quedó bien and I didn't rip my pants and they didn't feel as tight. So I'm definitely staying away from the scale because last time I got on the scale and I was keeping track of how much I was weighing every day, it was really getting in my head and I was getting really frustrated. So my advice to you, if you're looking to like lose a little weight, don't get on the scale. Just notice it by the way your clothing is looking or how you feel. Because sometimes you, like me, I lift weights, so you could be gaining weight from the muscle. So I'm not going to pay attention to the scale anymore. The weeks are just flying by in January. I can't believe it's already the end of the month. Like, where does time go? I just feel like as I get older, the days just fly by faster. Is it because we're all working those 8 to 5 jobs? This week was actually the first week in a long time that I felt like my workload, I kept on top of it because the last few weeks, let me tell you, I kept getting behind y me sentía estresada. And then I would come home and then have to do stuff for the podcast. And I was just overwhelmed. But this week I took it easy and I really enjoyed being in the moment. And last week I told you guys that I went snowboarding and I fell and I had this big old nasty bruise on my right knee. And I showed my mom. She freaked out. She was like, "Oh my gosh, ¿qué te hiciste? I know." And very, very concerned, as any mom would be. I know if I had a kid and they showed me that knee, I would have been like, let's go to urgent care. But it looked worse than it was. So today I went to the gym. It's Sunday today. And I did an early morning workout. I tried to stretch like my hip flexors or whatever. And I put my knee down. Like I put a knee down. Oh my God, it hurts so much. I hope that I didn't break anything. No, if it was broken, I know I would have known by now, but it still hurts, so I'm not 100. Pero I'm about to go to the snow in 2 weeks again, snowboarding. Am I the only one that's obsessed with a Shakira song? I'm just kidding. Everyone's obsessed with the Shakira song. I cannot stop listening to it. And I'm like, what a baddie. Because instead of being a saddie, she was just like, I'm still a baddie and I don't need you. Pique. One of my favorite things is when a woman is in a toxic relationship and she gets out and the glow up that they have. Like looking back at my glow up of when I was in a bad relationship and seeing my pictures after it, I'm like the confidence, the like el brillo en los ojos, like the happiness. Although moving on from a relationship like that is one of the hardest things you're ever going to have to do, it will get better. You always elevate after you go through a bad breakup. I promise you that. Any person that I have ever left, I've always gotten better because I'm smarter, I learn more, and I'm more aware of behaviors and things that I don't want in my future relationships. And I think that's beautiful. And if you're going through something like that, just know it gets better. Like, I'm such a big advocate on everything happens for a reason, and the reason is that this person's not your person. And the mentality that you should have is that you're one step closer to finding your person. And sometimes it's not even a person, it's just finding your happiness. I am so proud of any friend that has walked away from something toxic or just a relationship that wasn't serving them. People should celebrate breakups. Like, you know how people celebrate weddings? Sometimes we go celebrate weddings y es de gente que don't even belong together and you know for a fact they're not going to last long. Sorry, I'm sorry to be honest, but it's true. Why don't we celebrate breakups? I think we should start having breakup parties for our friends and being there for them. Like, honestly, buy your friend a cake if she's going through a breakup. Buy yourself a slice of cake. Sometimes we celebrate our own birthdays. Why can't we celebrate a breakup of a relationship that wasn't serving you? So lately, I've been getting a lot of messages about my P.O. box, and I wanted to let you guys know what my P.O. box is. So it is P.O. Box 3283, and the city is Jurupa Valley. That's in California, and the zip code is 92519. So in case you want to send me something, you can send it there. I received this package from one of my listeners. She has a clothing brand, and the shirt says allergic to pendejadas. I'm in love with it. I cannot wait to wear it. The brand name is JICARX. I think it's Hicarex, and I'll link it in my show notes. But thank you so much, girl, for sending me that shirt. I can't wait to rock it. I can't wait to wear it to work. I'm just kidding. Cállate el hocico, me mandan a la casa and I get fired y luego ¿quién me va a mantener? So this week I went out to dinner with my friend Amanda and I really needed to get out. Like, I didn't realize how much I needed like a night out, and we had some appetizers and some dranky drinks. And I know I said I was gonna do dry January, but it only lasted like 5 days. And it's not like I have a drinking problem or anything, pero estaba traumada de New Year's. I had drank a lot on New Year's, so I was really hungover. And I decided, you know what? I need a cocktail because I like a little cocktail. So we were at the bar having our drinks, having our dinner, and someone sent us shots. And I was like, okay, like, thank you, but no thank you, porque tengo que trabajar y tengo que manejar, so no. And Amanda took it because she a baddie. I'm not. I hate shots. And then they sent us a second one, and I was like, oh, hell no. I told the bartender, oh, thank you so much, but I can't. The first one, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, I dumped it in my water because I was like, I don't want to say no because that's rude. But I just wasted some tequila and I put it in my water. I was so afraid that I was gonna drink it. But anyways, I said no to shots, and let me tell you, there was a lot of men in that restaurant. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, is this the place to go on a Thursday to pick up men? Because like I said, I'm dating app free. That's something I definitely have kept my word on. But I was just like, okay, there's men out there. We just need to get out of my house. Unfortunately, Amazon still hasn't figured out how to ship my future boo to my house. So we're going to have to keep looking, guys. On Friday, I got off early from work because I had plans. It was my friend Ruben's birthday celebration. We went to Bicolandia. So right after I got off work, estaba bien hambriada because I hadn't ate all day. It was like 2 p.m. and I went to Chipotle. And I was waiting for my food because I ordered like a mobile order. Y estaba un guy right there in front of like the mobile orders putting on hand sanitizer. But the way he was looking at me was so uncomfortable. Like, he looked at me up and down while he was rubbing his hands, so you could only picture like some creepy dude just doing that to you. And then there was this other guy that was at the fountain drinks and he was staring at me. I did not realize that these two men were together, and I just like ignored them. I'm like, first of all, I don't even look cute right now. I'm in my work clothes. Like, what are you looking at? Second of all, don't kidnap me. And honestly, you guys have to be so careful of your surroundings because there's a lot of freaking weirdos. I don't know if you guys stay up to date with the news. I don't really, but TikTok always informs you. Like, the girl, she was working at Starbucks drive-through and some guy tried to like grab her from in there, or the girl that was working at Lowe's and some guy tried to grab her from there. Like, be so careful. Don't be on your phones. I know we're all attached to our phones, but there is so many weirdos that you really have to be looking out for yourself. I very rarely go to the stores by myself. I know I say I go to dinner and stuff or lunch. I will do that, but I make sure that it's during the daylight. And I don't know. I'm just very aware. Some would call it paranoid, but I would call it aware. I am very aware of my surroundings and I'm always seeing like where's the nearest exit. It's just how I have been brought up, like to be aware of my surroundings and just be careful about the people that are around you. No, uno nunca sabe. And lately there's been a lot of bad things in the world happening. So just be aware. Like honestly, those guys made me so uncomfortable. Like I wasn't even like you're checking me out. It was kind of like you want to kidnap me. That's how I felt. And maybe I'm assuming, but I rather assume than to just not be aware and end up in a bad situation. So please be careful and acompañen a sus mamás y acompañen a sus amigas y sus hermanitas and have your brothers take you to the store. Like, use the buddy system because the world is so scary out there. Like, honestly, don't trust anybody. Do your background checks on the men you go on date with if it's on a dating app. I've heard so many stories that I'm just like so horrified about the future. I know I sound negative, but it's not that I'm negative. It's just that I want people to be aware and don't be so trustful of others. Like be cautious, okay? Like be safe, amigas. So yeah, I went to Chipotle and then I came home because I was getting ready for Picolandia. I got off early. I didn't have to because it's later. But I like to mentally prepare myself to go out. Like I don't like to get out of work, like rush and get ready and then like go to where I'm going at. So I came home and I was kind of rushing at first. I'm like, why am I rushing? Like, no tengo que estar ahí at a certain time. Like, we're just going to meet up at some time tonight. And I had to wait for Angela to finish working. And then my friend Lizette was also working. So then we had to wait for her to get ready. So we ended up going and I was a DD. I had one cheve because, I was a little thirsty. But I had never been to Bicolandia before, and I was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect because, first of all, I'm a bad dancer, and I love the music, but it's not something that I usually do. It's like I hear banda when I'm like in Mexico, or I go to a party here, or in my car, but I don't go out of my way to go like a bailar o a bailes porque no sé cómo bailar. And Angela does not really listen to any of that music, any banda music or norteños or anything like that. So she was like, I don't know, dude, like, what do I wear? And then my other friend, Lizette does like that music, but she hadn't been out in a while. So she's like, oh my God, like, what do we wear? So anyways, I was just like, I just got some botas, my jeans and my shirt. And it was cold that night. So we headed out. And I'm like, Angela, like, we're gonna have a good time and like, don't worry about it. No one's gonna be looking at you or how you dance y que sabe que tanto. And we got there and we were watching the charros for a bit and I was like, oh my gosh, like, serás tú el amor de mi vida, charrito? I dated a charro once, guys, and he was a tóxico, pero oh my God. Till this day, he was such a beautiful man. I think only it's because of the charro outfit. The charro outfit really elevated him because his personality sucked ass. But he was so handsome. Like, even my mom met him once and she's like, just send him to therapy. And I'm like, Mom, therapy cannot fix this man. So as soon as we had got there, I had told my friends, if I sign autographs, like, I'm so sorry, guys. It's just part of being an influencer. Yo acá nomás cotorreando con mis amigas. And Lizette was like, don't worry, girl. I have a pen right here. And we were sitting watching the charros and a girl comes up to me and she's like, excuse me, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, are you Melina? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I'm a listener. And I was just like, oh my God, like I was fangirling. And I felt like so nervous, but I was so excited. And my friends were like, all like, Angela's like, go take a picture with her. So then I went down and I took a picture with her and she was so sweet. So, Rosie, if you're listening to my podcast, it was so nice meeting you. Thank you for being so sweet. You honestly made my night. I was fangirling over you. So, thank you for that. The rest of the night was fun. We danced our little hearts out and we stomped the yard. Y estaba bien frío that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get sick. And when we left, I was like coughing. My throat was hurting. We went home, got home like around 11:30 or 12. And it was such a fun night. Like, we all had such a good time. And my friends were like, we have to do this again. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, more of us were going to come next time. And it's nice to, like, so I have friends from that I work with, and then I have friends from like other places. But it's nice that, like, I always tell Angela about my coworkers, and I tell my coworkers about Angela. So now they all met and they all hit it off, and it makes me so happy. And I'm like, okay, ya me puedo casar y puedo invitar a todos because they all know each other now. I'm just kidding. But it was just, it's so much fun. And I was telling Angela, see, like, we thought we weren't going to have a good time. We had such a good time. And then the next day, we went to brunch because we're crackheads, and we woke up like at 6 in the morning, went to brunch, had some chilaquiles. She went home. I cleaned all day yesterday and waited for my little sister to come over. She came over. We ended up going to dinner. We had some Thai food. We went to go get her a new cell phone. And I was so tempted to get the new iPhone, guys, but I want to be responsible, girly, and save my money. Then we came home, and my mom, her, and we watched a movie, and I knocked out because, I don't watch movies. Pero estaba cansada because I woke up so early and I did so much throughout the day. I want to thank everybody that bought the last totes and the stickers. I'm sold out of the totes and stickers. Now I just have a couple shirts. I am working on the beanies. I'm excited for that. And I need to do sweatshirts. Sweatshirts and beanies are on my priority. Los stickers también. Pero ahí la llevamos, amigas. So soon enough, you'll have a new drop of merch. So this week, I wanted to talk about lucky girl syndrome because it's been on my For You page on TikTok. It's been on Instagram, everywhere. Everybody keeps talking about it. And I was like, it's my turn to talk about it. So, la mera verdad, in the beginning, I was like, what the heck is this? Lucky girl syndrome? But then as more as I watch and I listen to different girls talk about it, I was like, oh, it's like being delusional and just like law of attraction. So lucky girl syndrome is the idea that you can attract things you want by repeating mantras and truly believing things will work out for you. And I was like, lucky girl syndrome? No, my mom has been telling me this for a long time. She would always be like, si piensas negativo, te van a pasar cosas negativas. Y si piensas positivo, everything's gonna work out. My mom and my sister are very good at being like positive, and they always believe that everything will work out for them. I am in the middle. I can be a little negative sometimes. So this week, when I think it was like Tuesday when I woke up to go to work, because Monday I was off, I woke up and my fence outside of my house, someone crashed into it. And I had seen somebody trying to back up, and they had a tow truck, so I already knew it was them. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why did someone do that and then just take off? And then what else did I do? I forgot my gym bag inside, and I was already running late. I couldn't open the gate because it was broken. And I took a deep breath and I was like, everything always works out for me. Like, we're going to be okay. Es más vale llegar tarde al trabajo que ir recio and get in a car accident. I'm like, everything's going to work out. And then I text my landlord and I said, hey, someone crashed into the gate outside. And then I drove to work, and I was just like, si llego tarde, ni modo. Tell me why I get to work on time. And I was running really late, and I was like, oh my God, like, wow, this law of attraction or lucky girl syndrome really works. And then my landlord texts me, hey, everything's fixed. Don't worry about it. And I'm just like, positive vibes all around. And honestly, it was such a good start to my week. Although it wasn't perfect and there was stuff that happened, I just kept this positive mindset. And everything went so smooth throughout the week that I was like, this is shocking. Ever since that day, I have been thinking more positive and just like not being negative, because for a while, like, especially with dating, I'd be like, oh, all men are trash, man hater. But in reality, I didn't believe that. I was just saying that, but I was attracting that negative energy. And lately, I've been like, oh, I know that the men I have met have not worked out for me, but I'm sure there's someone good out there. And let me tell you guys, all of a sudden, like, men are coming out of the woodworks, and I'm just like, okay, like, I am attracting more positive vibes when it comes to dating. So I'm meeting more people, and not always the right people, but I'm meeting people. So it's really about how you talk to yourself. So like, if you say like you have a job interview and you're going to say like, oh, I'm going to screw this up, I'm going to screw it up, it's in your head. So you're already planting that seed Stop planting the seed. Be like, I'm gonna kill this. Like, I deserve this job. I am worthy. You just have to kind of coach yourself, just like you would coach a friend. Like, I have that thing where I could coach my friends and tell them, you're a baddie, like, you are so good at what you do, like, don't let any man deserve that doesn't deserve you, like, have power over you. But then when it comes to me, I'm just like, I suck and I'm the worst and I should quit the podcast and I should do this. And I'm like, ¿qué pedo, güey? Like, ¿qué me pasó? I think our thoughts always are creating like our reality. So you have to kind of wire your brain to change that narrative of that negativity. So change that story for yourself. You don't have to be a saddie. You could be a baddie. Like, you have to believe that you're that bad bitch, because if you don't believe it, no one else is going to believe it. So let's start implementing this lucky girl syndrome and being more positive. Here are some of the affirmations that you should adapt to your life. The first one is, I am so lucky. Everything always works out for me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I always get what I want. Once you ingrain these thoughts in your head, you're gonna start it's going to start being easier for you to remember when you're like in a tough spot or you're stressed out about something. Like, take a deep breath and be like, everything always works out for me. Porque todo pasa por una razón. But if you keep bringing that negative energy around here, girl, So make sure that when you're implementing this, that you believe that you're lucky, you speak about things positively, surround yourself with positive people. Look in yourself in the mirror and say, I got this. Say positive things to others and say positive things out loud. Stay away from negative people. Don't speak negatively about yourself or tear yourself down when something goes wrong. Don't panic if something goes wrong. Just try to remain calm. And let's have a great week. I hope that this episode was long enough for all you haters. I'm just kidding. I hope this episode was long enough. I had so much to tell you guys, but it's time to go grocery shopping porque ya son las 7. Dura 2 horas haciendo 20 minutes. That's how long it takes me, guys, okay? Because editing as I go, y luego a veces digo unas mensadas that I'm like, ooh, delete that. But I hope you guys have an amazing week. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you listen on Apple, please leave a review. It really means a lot to me. And if you listen to Spotify, those stars, I appreciate you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Unbreakable Latina, on Twitter at Latina Podcasts. And YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. There's still a couple shirts left, like I said, but soon enough I'll have new merch. I'm running out of like literally everything and I am so grateful, but I'm excited. I'm so excited to get like the beanies done. I have next Friday off, so hopefully I get a lot done on that day. And I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys because I have to plan that meetup. I know I've been talking about it, and Angela has like been pushing me and is like, you need to plan this and I'm gonna help you and blah blah blah. So shout out to Angela for always being the homegirl that's always pushing me to do better. And honestly, can you guys go show her some love? Because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here today. Like, she was like, get that podcast going because you've been talking about it for way too long and I'm tired of it. I'm just kidding. But she really pushed me to do this and I'm forever grateful. I honestly, our friendship has grown so much in the last year, and I honestly never thought I was gonna have these type of friends because it took me a long time to get friends like these. Look at me getting sidetracked. But I am so grateful for the friends I have because I could be so honest with them. Y aunque les moleste a veces, pero we talk about it, we talk about it and they mean a lot to me and I'll always make time for them. I was just telling Amanda that I have the type of friends now that if I call them at 2 a.m., they will wake up and they'll answer the phone and they'll go pick me up for whenever. And they're just always there. And they know me and they know who I am and I know them and I love them. So cherish your good friends and be there for them because you don't get friends like that often. And I will forever cherish mine because y'all real ones. I hope you have an amazing week and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.